Clyde stared at Lincoln for a few seconds before slapping. The white-haired boy's child sat in shock before rubbing his cheeks. What was that for? Sorry, that was trying to get you back into your old self again. Also, that sounded completely ridiculous. The AI savvy I know just wouldn't give up like that. I mean, sure, it may be hard to deal with the fact that there's just three of us, and we can't go back to our old home and probably have to live in our secret cave, and we probably have to wear disguises out in public. Thanks for pointing that out, Lincoln responded dryly. Clyde twiddled his fingers. Sorry, but the point is, he walked over to the nearby table, grabbing a couple cards off of it. We still have each other. The African American passed the cards to Lincoln. Looking down, the loud boy saw that there were only 3 cards. Lily managed to snag after 8 of the spades destroyed his belt. Aside from having deuce and one-eyed jack in the mix, there was also one other person as well. However, this person rarely comes out on missions due to busy with her own work. We're in this together, Lincoln. Unlike your sisters, we never abandon you. We're never really going to stop fighting crime, are you? Lincoln then looked between Clyde and his cards. He gripped them as hard as determination formed on his face. Never. Then who are you? The boy asked with a smug grin. A savvy? Sorry, I can't hear you. Clyde put a hand to his ear. What was that? Lincoln bit his lips and furrowed his brows. I'm a savvy. Still couldn't hear you. The child spoke with a sing-song voice. The white-haired boy stood up. I am a savvy, the savviest crime fighter ever, and there's nothing that's going to bring me down as long as I have friends by my side, he proclaimed to the ceiling. Clyde then folded his arms. That's more like it. So what's the plan? Lincoln got off the bed, folding his arms behind his back as he began to pace around the room. First thing we need to do is put together an entirely different team. Not sure if my sisters will still be in the crime-fighting game. They could be villains for all we know, but still outnumber us nearly 3-1. But I know someone who may be willing to help. Who? Lincoln took out one of the cards and showed it to Clyde. The boy's eyes nearly bulged out of the glasses. Her? Lincoln? You know she's a bit of a loose cannon, and she kills people. Why her? Desperate times for desperate measures. Plus, when she finds out what happened, I'm going to have to keep a leash on her. Lincoln then breathed through his nose. She'd kill me if she heard that way. Okay, but how do you know her that well? Clyde gave an incredulous look at his friend. You'll soon find out soon, but first I gotta call her. Lincoln then patted his sides, only realizing that he'd been in his underwear the entire time. The boy's cheeks flushed red. After I put some clothes on. He smiled sheepishly, causing Clyde to laugh. From the door, Lily had been silently watching the two ever since she heard Lincoln yelling. She gave a sad sigh. I hope Mom and Dad are watching from above. Elsewhere in Royal Woods, a man could be seen walking down through the streets. He kept frantically looking behind him as if he was being pursued. A small shadowy figure was hopping across footsteps, their eyes locked onto their prey like an owl and a mouse. The man then turned the corner in a dark alley and had his back pressed into the wall. He then took several deep breaths to calm his rapidly beating heart, stilling the breaths as a shadow reappeared in the entrance of the alley. The person stayed at the entrance for a couple of seconds before continuing on. The man gave a sigh of relief when he reappeared to be in the clear. However, right as he was about to walk out of the alley, a shot rang out of the night. A man tumbled over, screamed in agony as the bullet itself fell from the back of his knee. Did you really think I'd give up that easily? A taunting voice from the dark corners in the alley. It sounded like young and feminine. Look, please, I don't want to kill that family, I swear, the man pleaded. And Lady Assassin doesn't even want to mess with the target, came a harsh reply. The person stepped out in the moonlight. There was a Glock 19 held firmly in its hand. The shooter in question looked to be the age of 11. She was tan-skinned with black hair, and she had her hair tied in the ponytail, her hair reaching down to the middle of her back. Her attire card was themed, almost looked similar to the outfit A Savvy wore himself. But but that was when she was pretty much adorned with the red shirt and a black heart symbol on the front, along with the similar colored boots with the same symbol. On the back of the shirt, the initials LA were then scribbled in bold letter writing. She also wore blue shorts with the matching forearm shields, and her mask wore plastic see-through upside-down heart that covered her eyes and much of her forehead. Sure you didn't. That's not like you purposely didn't mean to kill them in their sleep, including babies. The girl spoke sarcastically, venom lacing her words at the last part. Seeing this facade didn't work, the man grated his teeth. Now listen, you little brat. I have contacts that are way better than you think. Once they find out I'm dead, they'll be coming after you. The girl snorted under her breath. She then shot the other man's knee, making him howl in pain. She took an aim for his forehead. That threat's gonna come from beyond the grave? The man didn't give a reply, and he just stared out of the barrel of the gun. Right as the girl was about to pull the trigger, her pocket buzzed. Looking down, she reached into it, and she pulled out a phone. The girl knitted her brows as she recognized the number. She put a finger up. Give me a sec. The 11-year-old pulled her phone to her ear. This better be good, lame-o. Sorry to call you assassin, but it's kind of important. What is it? I'm kind of busy with something right now. Lady Ace then turned away from her target, who was still withering on the ground in pain. Me and my team had a serious falling out, and they pretty much tried to force me out of crime-fighting business. Lincoln spoke in the somber tone. Lady Ace's softened look a bit. What happened? Let's just say... Lincoln paused, unsure of how to word it. All of them, besides Deuce and Jack, nearly beat me near to death over a dispute, and now we're in hiding. He smiled nervously. Look, Ace Assassin, please don't go after them by yourself. It's too dangerous. Lady Ace gritted her teeth as her phone shook with the tense rage built up inside her. Seeing her distracted, the man tried to crawl away, only for Ace Assassin to put a plant bullet in his skull without even looking. What was that? Lincoln asked in concern. That was just target practice for when I hunt the full house down. Lady Ace, please, don't go after them. Not like this. Look, we'll deal with them later, but just come to the coordinates, please. Lincoln begged. Lady Ace breathed deeply for a few minutes. She then looked at the freshly made corpse and glanced down at her gun. She shut her eyes tight before expelling a heavy sigh. Fine, the girl put her gun away. Only because you're my boyfriend. The assassin hung up the phone. She dug into her pocket and left a little calling card before disappearing into the darkness. Lincoln breathed a sigh of relief. I thought she wouldn't agree, but I know she can handle herself. But against the entire full house? Clyde blinked in surprise. She did say you were... It's a long story. Lincoln let out a nervous laugh as he scratched his head.